Hi, this is Jim with Beginner Bushcraft and Survival, and I'm here to tell you about a little bit about my channel. It's a new channel. This is my very first video, so don't be too hard on me. I'm going to make them better. But anyways, basically my channel is about bushcraft skills and survival skills, and I've learned them all off the internet on YouTube. 99% of everything I've learned is on YouTube, but I've been studying for about a year and a half, taking notes, learning, and now I'm ready to put it into practice. The guys from Survival Dispatch, TA Outdoors, Dave Canterbury, they're all people I'm striving to be like, and I'm going to be doing all this stuff for the first time. So I want to show you a little bit about my gear and what I'm going to be working with over these next videos. So here we go. For people that don't know and aren't into this genre, this is a water filtration kit. We have the Sawyer mini filter, and these make it so you're able to drink from a contaminated water source. This gets 99.9% of all bacteria and everything else out of it, so it makes it safe to drink. This is the bag that you connect. This is the flushing unit, and then in here I got a Whirlpool bag, stand-up bag, and I got tablets. I got aqua tablets for treating the water, so you can make it clean for drinking chemically. If you should happen, the filter should fail you. So yep, that's what we got with that. And with that water filtration, we also got the cup. This is for boiling your water if you have to. If your filter fails and you have no more tablets, you can boil your water in this. This thing's great. Has an awesome little handle, Stanley. It's a great little cup. I love it. It's probably one of my favorite cups. I mean, I haven't done much, but I've messed around a little bit with that, but not much. So after that, that takes me to stoves, how to boil the water. This is a rec deck solid fuel stove, and this is the tablets that you burn. And this will boil water in about 10 minutes. It's a real lightweight friggin' option. Then you got the G4 flat pack stove. I'm not going to go through it all, but it all goes together like this, all square, makes a little stove. It's really easy to, pack flat, and it's really light. So it's an awesome option. Okay, let me get some other things. All right, here we go with the cordage. For people that don't know what cordage is, it's paracord, which is strands of cord with about 7 strands in the middle, and that's what you use to hang up your top. I got some gloves in here, some duct tape, emergency poncho, a bandana for filtering water, first aid, making char cloth, which is material that is burned not all the way, so it's like charcoal and it catches a really easy spark from your ferrocerium rod. And then I got a mosquito net in there. And then I got my cordage. I got paracord, I got bank line, and I also got about 6 nails, because I figure if I'm going to be building primitive shelters, I think a couple nails will help. And I got some zip ties. Got some zip ties in here, all for shelter building, blah, 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 making bushcraft, fishing pole, whatever you use zip straps for. So that's what I got in that pouch. And then we'll move on to another one. Okay, yeah, I don't like bugs, so I do use DEET. A lot of people say it's poison. I'd rather be poisoned than have a tick on me. I don't like the bugs. I know that sounds a little weird being a bushcraft guy or wanting to be a bushcraft mountain guy. I don't like bugs. So then we got a miscellaneous thing here. I got a shamag. A shamag is a 3-foot by 3-foot cotton scarf. This thing's great for anything. You can make a sling out of it. You can make char cloth out of it. You can filter water through it. It's good for, just keeping you warm. It'll keep you really warm. In here I got a little mini survival kit. The Whirlpool bag, crazy glue for first aid, some fire starters, some 8x10 tablets. I got some tin foil in here. You use that for boiling or making bush cups. Making a cup to boil. I got a toothbrush because I like to keep my teeth clean. I got some wipes, and I got my compass. This is what you need, a compass, to get you through. Then I got some teeth cleaners. I know that's not survival, but I like to be survivalist with teeth. And I got a cotton sock for my head, a head sock. I got some coffee, because guess what? I want to drink coffee when I'm in the woods. It's got creamer and everything. And then I got a headlamp. It's rechargeable, and I'll get to that rechargeable point in a minute. I got a phone case that keeps it waterproof. I got binoculars for looking around, trying to see if you can find water or something way off in the distance. And I get a couple more things. I got a cord here, which I'll get to again with that headlamp. I got a little sharpening stone, a whistle, and a Sharpie marker. Because instead of using charcoal to mark things, I just think it's easier using a Sharpie. I know it's not really bushcrafty, but guess what? If I bring the gear, it's my survival gear, I can bring what I want. All right, so after that bag, we'll go into my shelter bag. Now, I'm not going to get into my tents and my sleeping bags right now, because that's what I'll be spending most of my time in at first. But these are tops to build a shelter. This is a 10 by 10 top. This is a 9 by 9. This would be the ground sheet for this, because I don't like sitting on the ground where there's bugs. So, yeah. And then I got an emergency bivvy tent. If anything, if everything went wrong, I got an emergency bivvy tent. So there we go. That's the shelter. Now here's my tools. These are my tools. Now everybody brings those stupid wire saws. Those wire saws are ridiculously stupid. I use the real deal chainsaw, hand chainsaw. This thing works just like a chainsaw, except you use your hands to pull it and not an engine. And it rips through wood. I mean, those little things, they're almost ridiculous. I know they do work, and people, they use them in survival kits, but guess what? I'm not doing it. And I got my pride and joy here, my Silky Pocket Boy folding saw. This thing's a beast. And like I said, I've bought over this equipment over the past few years. This isn't an overnight thing. I've been studying and buying equipment for about 2 years now. I got the 9-inch Flisser. This is the Flisser 9-inch blade. I got a little piece of orange paracord on it because you lose your knife, you drop it on the ground, you find it. This thing is a beast. It's a 6 millimeter wide blade. This thing's awesome. Sharp as hell. I've done some whittling with it. I haven't done much because, like I said, I'm going to do all this stuff for the first time with you guys. Then I got a leather strap here for sharpening, touching up your blade. And then I got a multi-tool. And it's not the best multi-tool, but guess what? I don't plan on really turning bolts in the wood. This is more for crimping wires, building traps. And eventually, I'm going to get up to hunting. I'm going to go all the way from survival all the way to hunting. I want to be able to do it all. So with some practice, I plan on getting my license. So, yeah, I'll be hunting at some point. I got a little pry bar because you're not supposed to use your knife as a pry bar. So I got a little pry bar. Then I got this auger. This is good for making ladders or a hammer. This side augers out, drills out the wood. And this side, you smash over the branch, and that makes it to the size of the hole. So you can put things together. Great little tool. Haven't used it, but looks awesome. Can't wait to use it. So now we're going to move on to a couple other things. Okay, so here's my fire kit. Absolutely. You need water, fire, food, shelter. That's what you need. So I got some magnesium and Vaseline cotton balls. I make these myself. These are the best fire starters you'll ever use. They're the best. This is a bellow, pocket bellow. This is for getting fires going. Blow in it, gets those charcoals going real good. Your fire will be going real good in a couple minutes. Just blow on it with that. I got a 24-hour candle. Then I have a box for making charcloth, which is charred material that's almost all the way burnt, but not, and it'll catch a spark. Then I got this tinder grinder here. This is for grinding up fat wood. It makes real small shavings. It'll catch a spark with a ferrocerium rod, no problem. And here's my ferrocerium rod. I put this little tube on the bottom with some super glue, and then you get this, and this thing's a beast. This thing spins sparks crazy, and this thing catches on, and that extends your flame. So you're not using a lighter. And this is the fat wood. This is resin impregnated wood. This is what happens when an old pine tree dies. All the resin goes to the limbs. And this is what you got. And this stuff is like the best fire starter in the world. Then I got my storm matches. Everybody knows what those are, I think. Storm matches. They burn underwater, all that. They're great for starting fires. And a Bic lighter. I would never use a Bic lighter or those matches. I'm always going to use a ferrocerium rod because I love them. And they're a lot of fun. So if you've never used one, you should try it. It's a lot of fun. Maybe I'll inspire you to do some bushcrafty things. Who knows? But I'm going to do my best. So then after that, we get a climbing rope. 16-foot climbing rope. This is not for rappelling. This is to go around a tree and lower myself down an embankment. That might be a little slippery or something. I'm not going to be doing any climbing. I've never done any climbing, just to be totally clear with that. Then we got my tomahawk, the Hindittu. This thing is razor sharp. It's going to do any small chopping I need. It's awesome. And also you can throw it too, so it's pretty fun. You get some things to do out there too. And it's got a hammer on the end to bang in tent stakes, top stakes, all that stuff. All right, so what you do is you get your knife, preferably a fixed blade knife. You cut this into fours. Then what you do, cut them in fours. Get this two first. There's your first two pieces. Bang. And there's your top two pieces. Then you mark your pieces. I just happen to have the Sharpie, so I'm going to mark them. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be important when you go back to put it back together. Alright, so from here, you measure down how far you want to cut. Take your saw and you make a stop cut. You don't want to go too deep. Make another stop cut. Make that up there. Get it spot. Make another stop cut. You're going to do this 4 times. You get out your knife and you make some stop cuts. What you do is you put your knife there, right on the edge, and that is going to form the cavity for the cup. And actually, when you get really, tight to it, you just use your knife. Just make it nice and flat. This is a small version because a long one takes a lot longer to do, but this is basically how you do it. 2 and 3. So what you do is you get all your pieces back together, and you'll see that we have a cup. See that? There's a hollowed out. And what you do is you get your cordage. And these aren't going to be watertight right away. These are not going to be watertight right away. So it's going to, you got to soak it. You don't put your knife on the ground, first of all, because it's brown. Second of all, because it's stupid. Don't get all these brutal seams. This is how you make a constrictor knot. You put the fold one in the back, fold one in the front. What you do is you slip this over the top, and bam, there's your jug, your water container in the wild. Like I said, this isn't going to hold water right off the bat. You got to put this in for a half hour, but this is a container made in wild. So now you can get water and boil it. In the next one, I'm going to show you how to boil it in this thing. I'm going to show you how to boil water inside this vessel that I just made. But thanks for coming out today. I hope to see you on the next one. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. It helps out the channel a lot. Thanks. I'll see you later.